Hello, Corkies. If you are like us, you are probably in self-isolation or self-quarantine. So if you're also like us, you're probably watching a lot more TV than usual. So today we are going to be taking all of your favorite TV shows and pairing them with the best drinks, so stick around.
Hello everybody, welcome back to corkandjava.com. I'm Billy and this is Bryn, and we all know you're supposed to get joy and fascination and even the little things in life that most other people take for granted. So here at Cork and Java, we're here to expand and enrich your experience with all of your favorite beverages, from wine and coffee, reviews and how-tos. And today, we're going over best drinks to pair with some of your favorite TV shows. And so if that sounds interesting and you want to see more stuff like this, hit that subscribe button down below and that little bell so you're notified when our future videos come out. Alright, so what is one of the popular shows that is on, I guess, the streaming networks, Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, or basic cable or whatever? We came up with some pairings for a ton of popular shows, some of which we've seen, some of which we've just read about or seen only a little bit of. So please leave a comment down below if you disagree with any of our recommendations. And also, if you have a good show and drink pairing, leave a comment down below and let us know your opinions as well.
Yes. So a very popular show / documentary right now is called Tiger King. You've probably heard of it.
If you haven't heard of it, you've probably seen memes of it on the internet.
Yeah, if you've just seen a lot of like tiger print and a man with a mullet and piercings and a woman with like a flower crown and also a lot of tiger print.
And meth mouth.
Yeah, that's probably what you've been seeing. So the first show that we are pairing is Tiger King. And what drink do we decide is perfect for this?
Obviously we had to go with White Claw for this for multiple reasons. One, because it's a pretty trailer trash kind of drink in and of itself.
No, don't say that.
No,
it's not trailer trash.
It's not?
No.
Okay, so it's, I don't know, kind of lower end wine spritzer type kind of drink, but it's got claws in the name, so I mean, and it's tigers,
hey, different
right?
strokes for different folks, okay?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with White Claw if that's what you like.
Yeah, there's no laws when you have the claws.
Right.
Yeah, so that's why we went with White Claw for watching your Tiger King show.
Okay, so another one, we're gonna get back to just kind of the ones that everybody loves, or most everybody loves.
Are these the classics, or?
Classics, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so we have The Office.
Ooh, The Office. So, obviously, with an office environment, we got to go with some coffee here. That's my opinion. And for that type of office, you know, I'm not really going super fancy coffee. I think I'm going just, you know, regular drip Folgers. You know, you got to take a step back to really get into that office experience there.
For me, in honor of Meredith, I would take coffee and spike it. I have an Irish coffee or something like that. That's what I would do.
Yeah, another, if let's say you're not watching this in the morning and maybe you're watching it at night, you can take a thermos and just fill it with wine or liquor or beer or whatever you want and pretend you're drinking coffee out of the thermos. And you can pretend you're in the office sneaking some booze. So.
What you really need is the Michael's World's Best Boss mug. That's what you really need for it.
Extra points if you have a World's Best Boss mug, Dunder Mifflin style.
Yes. Okay, so the third show that is a classic, so to speak, is Parks and Rec.
Ooh, Parks and Rec. So one of my favorite characters, Ron Swanson, he's a big Scotch guy, and I'm a big Scotch guy. And his favorite Scotch on the show is the 16-year Lagavulin. And that is also probably my favorite Scotch that I've had. So I'm definitely going to pair 16-year Lagavulin with Parks and Rec. How about you?
I would do the snake juice, as that is
the snake juice.
Yeah, it's a good drink.
So tell what's the story behind snake juice?
It's a drink that Tom creates at his nightclub. Part of his business plan for this nightclub is to create a high-end Kahlua-style liqueur called snake juice. And it's made by mixing, quote, a bunch of alcohol together, adding some sugar and coffee and some other junk, and it kind of tastes like Kahlua.
All right, so yeah.
So yeah, make yourself some of that.
Yeah, use that very detailed, specific recipe of a lot of other junk, sugar, coffee, a lot of alcohol, and it kind of tastes like Kahlua. And if it kind of tastes like Kahlua, you know you did it right.
Yeah, so are you a Scotch or snake juice person? Either one will be good.
Yeah, and don't mix. Well, actually, you could mix the Scotch and the snake juice.
Some other junk could be Scotch, yeah.
Or some of the alcohols.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, probably no matter how much, even if you put in a little Scotch, though, it's never going to taste like Kahlua after that. So I don't think Scotch would work. But anyway, what's our next show that we are doing a drink pairing for?
Okay, this one is actually one of our favorites. If you're an 80s nostalgia fan, you probably watch Stranger Things on Netflix and love it.
Yeah, so Stranger Things, great show. What would you pair with Stranger Things?
So back in the 80s, apparently, I mean, I was born in the 80s, but I was not there as a alcohol drinker in the 80s. So apparently White Zinfandel was really popular. So that's what I would pair with it.
I would probably go with a wine cooler.
Mm-hmm.
Because those, I think they became popular in the 80s. I don't know if that's when they were invented, but yeah, they were big back in the 80s. So like a wine spritzer, wine cooler type drink.
I'm pretty sure if you've watched like the last season, it takes place in the summer, and I'm pretty sure there's people at the pool like drinking wine spritzers.
So yeah.
Okay. Another one of our favorite shows that we watch, it's newer and it's on Netflix. It's called Nailed It. And basically if you've never seen it before, there's 3 contestants who are given all the ingredients in a kitchen and all the equipment and the directions to build a cake or, assemble cookies in a, I don't know, like some like ornate display. And
they're very amateur-based cookers too.
Yeah,
these are not professionals.
They're terrible bakers, but that's what makes it great entertainment and television. So anyway, they basically show you this, perfect cake or whatever it is that the pastry chef made, and then they try and replicate it, and it usually looks abysmal. So the thing is like, nailed it, like no, not even close. So for this show, what would you do?
So we talked about this one a little bit, and since it is a dessert-based show and they make a lot of cookies and cakes, during our 12 Days of Christmas cocktails, we made a sugar cookie martini, and it tasted just like sugar cookies. And I think that would be the perfect pairing. A dessert cocktail would be great for this kind of show.
Yeah, anything, like a dessert wine, anything sweet, like a Moscato or something, I think would be perfect.
Yeah, the show will definitely spark your sweet tooth, so go for something sweet.
And you will laugh, like,
yes,
it's just atrocious, some of the things that people make. I wouldn't do any better, but...
Yeah, drink something that you wouldn't mind, spitting out your nose, so...
Right. Okay, so this is another one of our favorites, maybe mine more than Billy's, but I love the show Schitts Creek, and the last season is actually on air right now. I think the final episode is like coming within the next week or something, but it is so funny. What would you pair with Schitts Creek?
So we talked about this one a little bit too, and I kind of struggled a little bit. There's a lot of different elements going on in the show, but one of our favorite characters, Moira, I don't know if she's drank this on the show, but I can just picture her doing this at the
little cafe,
having a martini, or not a martini,
you said a mimosa.
Mimosa,
yeah,
with a brunch there. So I'm picturing a mimosa with this show.
If you haven't seen the show, the premise is that it's this very wealthy family loses all of their belongings and their house and everything to the IRS, and they're left with just this little town that they own called Schitts Creek. And I'm saying Schitts, not the other. So anyway, they basically moved to this town and set up shop in a hotel. And they're very like highfalutin people in this very like backwoodsy, like, you know, kind of not dumpy, but you know, it's
dumpy.
like
it's dumpy.
It's not up to their, you know, current
Standard of
lifestyle.
living.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So I've said that because they live in a hotel, I would do like little airplane bottles of like schnapps or, you know, vodka or something like that. Just something small that you would find in a bar refrigerator in your hotel.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
All right, so what's our next show?
Okay, so this one just came to Netflix. If you have Hulu, it's on Hulu too. We have all of the DVDs, I think, but we don't even have a DVD player anymore, I don't think. So anyway, this one is Community. It's one of our favorites. It is, it stars Joel McHale, Chevy Chase, Yvette Nicole Brown, tons of other people. And basically it's just what happens at a community college. It's these students who come together and the friendship that they form, but it's hilarious. So what would you pair with Community?
So because it's a college show, even though a lot of them are past college age, I kind of went with a college party theme kind of drink. So I'm going with like a Jungle Juice with an Everclear base.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever had Everclear or it mixed in anything, but I know it's like one of the main staples of a trashy,
cheap alcohol,
cheap college party. So
yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
The other thing we thought of was some Natty Light or really cheap roast beer.
Cheap beer. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so this show is new to Hulu, and we haven't seen it, so we can't vouch if it's good or not. But I know it's based off a book that people like, and I hear that the show is getting rave reviews. It's called Little Fires Everywhere. Reese Witherspoon is in it, who's a popular actress. We decided to pair what with that one?
I have no idea. I don't even remember talking about this one.
Okay, we decided to pair Fireball with it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, little fires everywhere, Fireball. I actually like Fireball. What do you think?
I don't like Fireball generally, but it's good in certain cocktails, like if you're mixing it with like apple cider or something like that. So if you're watching it in the fall, I mean, I would maybe make a mixed drink with Fireball, but
yeah, I would try it.
I would definitely not be drinking Fireball straight, I can tell you that.
Yeah, I've done just shots of Fireball, and it's not my favorite, but definitely mixed with something, it would be good. Okay, so our ninth one is another show we haven't seen, but it's super popular. It's called Love is Blind. It is on Netflix, I believe, and it is basically a bunch of people who talk to potential love interests through a wall or something. And then after a certain amount of time, they get to decide if they want to meet each other face to face and start a relationship or something like that. Apparently there's really interesting people on that show. So, what did we decide for Love is Blind? Do you remember this one?
I remember talking about it and thinking this show sounds horrible. And
Exactly.
so I picked just like hard liquor.
Yes.
It doesn't really matter.
Yep.
Just to, get you through.
Yeah, so we chose hard liquor because this show does not sound like something we would like. However, what we like is not what everyone else likes. So we wanted to include it because it's a popular show and a lot of people love it. But for us, we would need hard liquor to
And I went with something
it.
cheap, like a vodka. I mean, you can go with decent quality vodka and still be pretty cheap. But I wouldn't waste, something nice on a bad experience. So that's why I'm not going with anything, that I really enjoy drinking that much. Like, obviously, I want something that's drinkable, but I don't want to have, like, my favorite scotch or my favorite bourbons and then sit through something that I'm going to hate. Then I'm just going to associate a drink I like with something that sounds painful, so.
Or it could just be something you love gets you through a really hard time.
You can think of it that way.
Yeah. Okay, so our 10th show is a combo show. It is The Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead. We love The Walking Dead. We do not like Fear the Walking Dead, but a new season of Fear the Walking Dead just dropped on Hulu, I believe. So we wanted to include that one. What would we pair with that?
Oh, so we actually did a review of a Walking Dead inspired wine, so I would definitely be pairing it with that. I remember we rated it pretty good.
Yeah.
And I'll leave a link if you want to check out that review. And if I remember right, there's some like augmented reality thing with the bottle, with the smartphone app, so where it animates the bottle into the zombies and stuff on the label, walkers, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. So if you're into zombie apocalypse shows, the writing is phenomenal, the acting is phenomenal. You would really like that show. Personally, for us, The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, we were not really into. It was just slow.
Didn't get into the characters.
Characters were hard to like, so I can't speak to that. But yeah, he's right. The Walking Dead does have wines. So I think we tried a red, but I think they also have like Chardonnay and other whites too.
Yeah,
so
I don't remember.
The red would be good because it's like the blood.
Yeah.
All right, so there you have it. All our favorite, or somewhat of a favorite, TV shows combined and paired with the best drinks.
Yeah, and make sure you're leaving that comment down below with what your favorite TV show and drink pairings are. And make sure you find us on Facebook, our Twitter, and on Pinterest. And we're looking forward to seeing you guys online. Until next time, bottoms up.